Today we talk about the chapter 1, the word of English language teaching. And who speak English? It is likely that there was a time when English was spoken exclusively by the English who lived in what is now England. Even then, however, there will be outsiders who want to learn the English to communicate with the native speakers. Back true, more than 3 decades ago, proposed a vision of 3 circles of the English in the world. Whereas in the inner circle we have the countries like United States, UK and Australia. He suggests they have 320 and 380 million of people who speak the national language. In the other circle, we have countries like India and Singapore. In these countries, he suggests have 150 and 300 million of people who speak the English with varieties in the language. In the expanding circle, we have countries like China, Sweden, Turkey, and Argentina. In this circle, where English is a domination foreign language. In varieties of English, this is more than one English version. In the south of England, many people speak the standard Southern English. The variety of British English that appears in many exams or textbooks for English learners. English has many variety, depends the local, the geographic location. There are many similarities in grammar, vocabulary, and pronunciation. Just as UK use the SSE, the Standard Southern English, in the USA use the GA, General American. The SSE and the GA are equally, but they have so a little differences in grammar, vocabulary, and orthography. One type of English that received a lot of attention is the English as a lingua franca, ELF. ELF is English used as a means of communication between people who come from different locations. Barbara Schaefer studied ELF conversations. She found that numbers of deviations from the norms of native speakers. Typical characteristics of ELF speech include frequent failure to use the third person singular and the present simple, use of the relative pronouns who and which interchangeably, adoption of all-purpose question labels, and the pluralization of nouns that are considered uncountable. And Jennifer Jenkins notes that most ELF speakers do not difference between strong and weak forms, and that they substitute voiced and voiceless forms. And she suggests the students need to be exposed to more like ELF language.
Okay, English. The English is studied in school, university, college, and institute private languages. In it is usually because of what English is in the curriculum, or because they need to learn it to study at English university. Adults can do it for variety. Always might they want to travel, or might they are going to live in an English speaking country. Um, and the distinction has been made between learning English as a second language, ESL, and language as a foreign language, ESL. Although ESL, students need to know how to do things in English in that country. They might not focus on general English, but might instead focus on the society in which they live. For example, feeling out of form for extremism. And secondly, English takes place in cyberspace where students have very specific reason for waiting to use it, and general English goes around the world as a school subject. English is a language worth learning. This teaching has been the predominant modern in private language school, and the curriculum can reflect the lives they are leading outside of the classroom. EFL students don't have the same priorities. Might want a less specific for language, culture, and less states, activities, and tasks. As we saw previously, immigrants can use their English to speak with other inhabitants of ESL instead of communicating with native speakers. And many people have a identifiable reason for learning English, and experts have identified many types: the ESP and EAP. Students need to develop their skills such as structuring essays, taking notes, and making presentations, and and making presentations.
Hello, my name is Celsa and I'll talk about the business English. The teaching and learning business English is common due to its commercial dominance. In the high schools, through rules play games, you got to practice, and the content of the lessons will depend on what type the students they are. Learning is based in grammar, vocabulary, in communication practice tasks. The objective in the teaching is that the students can learn in the best way, using all the content. Learning English means a total immersion in the language, but in the bilingual schools, the students' language is also used. In the case of business English, students generally must learn words and technical structures absent in the general English. The experts identify three C's: communication, cognition, and culture. Yes. Number one, communication. The students must be able to communicate the content. Number two, cognition. They need to develop their higher and lower order thinking skills. And number three, culture. Relate the content to the culture of the place. The language teachers work together with the subject teacher, but this coordination require a significant organization, financial support, a good while. Yes. But in many cases, there are teachers who doubt the use of their language, as happened in Malaysia, where they must stop the English and math classes. Yes. Finally, English is a language that is taught around the world in early age. It is generally taught by not native speakers, although North American teachers are more fluent in speaking.